that. And look, following up with Miss Shauna Brooks.
Following up with
we just had the baddest online.
Let's go.
Hello.
Let's go.
Good night.
And next.
Hey, baby girl, how you doing, love?
You what? Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is the queen, honey.
Hello.
It is the queen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ponytail. I'm with her, hot top.
Yeah, I'm real fish today.
Okay.
Hello.
Underwater, Ariel.
Real fish every day.
Okay.
Just every day. How are you guys?
Wonderful. Now that you're here, even better.
I want to say first, thank you for coming on.
Oh, my pleasure, child.
Thank you for being humble enough to.
I had my computer all charged up to make sure that I was going to do it on the computer, but I didn't know it was going to be only on the phone.
Okay, no, it's fine. Thank you for being humble enough to go through the process with us and getting us up here. You know. So we'd like to start off with giving everybody your social media and introducing yourself for people that don't know, which they do.
They better know.
Oh, well, my name is Shauna Brooks, and you can actually find me on all platforms. Everything is the Shauna Brooks. Every time I say the, people are like D as in dog or B as in boy. So I'm like, maybe I should start saying the Shauna Brooks, right? So everything is the Shauna Brooks across all platforms. I mean, everyone, everywhere.
I think that's right. The Shauna Brooks, yeah, you know it. And we will be having Markel from Chasing Dallas next as soon as we're done with her. But
I don't want to be done with her, so we should have Markel in a minute.
It's going to be so.
Yes, Miss Chasing Dallas, do what? Oh yes.
Oh yes, yes. You watch.
Miss Dallas is getting it crunk down there, honey.
Yes, they are. It's so good. It's so good. So we like to start off with going back before we start now. Shauna Brooks, where did your name, your stardom start at? When did you say, I'm Shauna Brooks and this is what I want to do?
Right.
I don't think it was, I think it was kind of like something that just fell in my lap, It started out with, of course, Chris Brown, and that put a magnifying glass over my real name. Before I got into, the entertainment business, y'all know I was an unapologetic, like, full-out adult entertainer. You know what I mean? Very upscale, high-class flights to Tokyo, Bangkok, honey. Like, I was really that girl. And I was making so much money that nowhere in my mind did I ever think that it was going to stop, right? And then my life kind of like took a whirlwind when my best friend Bianca Baxter died. So that was in 2015, 2014. It was like 2 days before Christmas. She died on the 22nd. So when she passed away, I think death really changes you. And I've never really had anybody in my family that was like that close to me.
Right.
And me having to go through that and bear with that on my own. And I think it was a little different because a lot of people have friends, like, numerous friends. Well, me being trans and her being trans and her actually helping me grow up and mentoring me. It was like, a deeper, sisterly friendship that was almost, if not strong as, a blood relative. So that to me shook up my world.
Right.
And life experiences from that led me into mainstream entertainment by way of the people that I used to deal with on a business note, in that world were not there for my best friend. So I saw the disconnect and I saw the hush, hush, don't, like literally are taking those secrets to your grave, so to speak.
Right.
And I will say that the only difference is because she was trans, those affluent men didn't want to have a paper trail or have the affiliations or the questions or all of those things that come along with, well, how did you know Bianca?
Right.
And I think that to me was more disrespectful out of anything that I've ever experienced, you know, with a person that paid $60,000 worth of student loans the first week that he met her, and for them to have a 3-year relationship, and she passes away, and I reach out to you, and not a phone call, not a letter, not an email, not a donation, a wreath, a flower, a condolence, like a kite, bitch, something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I lost respect for the industry then. And things changed for me. At that particular time, that's when my first TV show came about, which was the ID Network.
Right.
In DC Proposal, which I might add that at the time I didn't know how deep, how powerful the show was going to resonate with the world, because I thought they were just like, coming in to really kind of tear down, people of color in that light. They depict these in such a good, connotation with my family and my mom, having a great impact on, the show itself. So those circumstances led me into entertainment. And then by way of that, of course, you guys know my personality is just over the top. And I have an unapologetic stance on all of my personal opinions and all of my personal life experiences, because I've been through so much and I've been a tranny for so long. And I don't care if girls don't like when I say tranny. I'm a tranny. I'm gonna call myself a tranny. I call all the hoes trannies. It's like it's no issue. I don't understand. It's all in how you say nigger or nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Good way to put that, boo. Yes.
So I just wanted to clear that up, because I know some girls, they really come in really, really hard on me sometimes, especially in my DMs, about certain things that I talk about on my platform, keyword, and they always, say that I represent the community. I don't believe that I represent the community. Yes, I come from that community, but I represent Shauna, and that's what Shauna's personal life and personal experiences that I do deliver. And I think that me leading into the entertainment business was something undoubtedly, I guess people's been saying that I'm like the Cardi B of the, the community. And I really, it's no blueprint to this, like Precious was saying. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you just have to take everything into consideration. And I'm very mindful of what I do talk about, what I do, shed. But on this blueprint to success with no written prior, and then my best friend is gone. She's not here to help me, navigate.
Right.
I mean, even have someone to talk to anymore, physically in the flesh. And I didn't really have too many girlfriends outside of Bianca. You saw Barbie, you saw me, wherever we were, around the world, globe, wherever. So that's what happened initially, through me posting a picture of a screenshot of a Snapchat that my girlfriend had posted. I posted it I screenshotted it and posted it on my Facebook. And like in 3 minutes, Harry called me from TMZ on my cell phone. I was like, wait, how did you get my number? And he's like, come on, Shauna. And all the blogs and all of the, the vloggers.
What was that like, though?
So my legal name ended up getting put out there. And my publicist at the time was like, well, you're the Shauna Brooks. And I was like, okay. That's how it started.
So what was it like? What was it like with that type of name? Because, okay, so you're boosted in this limelight, and it's, off of this Chris Brown story. And it's like you just declared, it's not it's a screenshot of a Snapchat that somebody else posted, right?
Right, but that my girlfriend that was with me.
Oh, that was your girlfriend that was with you.
Mm-hmm.
So for when we read the story, because we read it out and we hear it and no offense, but from the horse's mouth, I want to know: is the allegations true? Are they not true? I want to hear.
Are you referencing to? Because I only sat down with, I believe, a couple,
right?
Not even a handful of, not blogs, but media publications.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That would be, I sat down solely and flew out for Radar magazine.
Right.
And I think my issue with society and their perception of these allegations, blogs are not news. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Blogs are not news. Blogs are not facts. Blogs are simply blogs. Personal opinions, it could be biased, unbiased, however it goes.
Hearsay.
Exactly.
Hearsay, right? When you talk about People magazine, when you talk about Elle magazine, when you talk about, Star magazine, when you talk about National Enquirer, those are publications,
mm-hmm.
right? And unless I sat down with an interviewer, which his name happened to be one of the co-anchors from CNN, his name is Alan Duke.
Right.
I sat down with him, I had an interview with him, and I told him specifically what the publication said, that I spent a night with Chris Brown. I partied with him. I felt that people, of course, were going to make it out to be something that it wasn't because of my salacious adult entertainment lifestyle. So they would
mm-hmm.
instantly connect the two together
mm-hmm.
and say that I, over there to be, I guess, booked and busy. But I wasn't over there for that. And I clearly stated that I had nothing but respect for Chris for inviting me over and welcome a transgender woman into his home. You get what I'm saying? These allegations, these blogs, these, click bites, all of these different exposing, all of that stuff is just to grab your attention.
And what burns me up is that, I followed you since then. And if you've watched our show, everybody could tell you, I'm not the social media person. I get into people because of their judge. And I actually got into your judge because I did hear about it. And what I've noticed just learning and watching you and being through your posts and stuff, you're very raw. You're very real. And a lot of your fans know this. A lot of people know this. So when this story hits, and she's, like you said, she's only talked to a certain amount of people, and it's never been, oh, I did this, I never did, I did this, I did that. It's never been, why not take her word now?
With people, with men who cuts the check for Chris Brown. So at what point, if I'm flying on private jets to Tokyo, and at that point, that person has something to lose, and I have something to gain. I would have did it in my 10-year career if that was the case. Why Chris? Y'all know I'm all about my money, and I'm all about my bags.
Hello?
Literally.
I know that's right.
However, it's the problem of the people in our community who just, their perception of what they read isn't what is told.
Mm-hmm.
You hear what I'm saying?
Well, we rather believe a lie than the truth because it's more entertaining. We rather even you saying it now, and even if they hear it that you saying nothing happened, they rather believe something did.
Shauna fuck that boy, child. Y'all know she went over.
Right.
Okay, exactly. And that's why I say our community, we a bunch of walking contradictions. Because, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm one of these people or that. Oh, I know the Shauna Brooks. I know her. I promise to God, I really just got into your judge, fell in love with your judge, started following you, and then this situation happens. And I'm like, But wait, all y'all were just sitting here saying, "Oh, Shauna Brooks, she real and she raw about everything that she say. I believe her." But this happens, and it's like, "Oh no, she did that. Oh no, she did that." Bitch, where?
I mean, I heard so many stories. I was like,
and yet, isn't there's the Nick Young? There's a Nick Young story.
Right.
Tyga.
Oh, yeah, there is a Nick Young story. I talked about that.
I just don't understand why Shauna can't be Shauna Brooks and she cool with everybody. She chill with everybody. She's real with everybody and leave it alone. The girl said she didn't do it. She didn't do it. Like,
what people do behind closed doors is their business, period. Unless it gets to a point where I'm dating one of these guys, and whether it is a private relationship, because I don't like to use, y'all know I don't date DL men, and y'all know I don't do down low men at all. So if we're dating privately behind the scenes, at some point there's going to be a time and frame where I'm going to be hanging out, doing normal shit, or even on a red carpet, you know, and I would want my significant other to be there with me until it gets to a point where society is comfortable with just letting men do what they do without judgment and like ridicule and throwing Bibles at them and, you know, throwing me so much shade for dealing with those types of men. Men are not going to want to be affiliated because the stigma is too sticky and too real. And you have to take in consideration what has happened over time with Sydney. Right. Sydney and Chingy. After that, you know, he did make, you know, out of his own mouth saying that, you know, he did lose money and he did lose opportunities from that situation. And then years later, she retract back on that. So at this particular point, all these celebrities then came out with stories with trans women all over, you know, with all walks of life. It's no longer a thing. It's no longer exposed. It's no longer, oh, bitch, look who's, you know what I mean? It's not that anymore. So I get a lot of girls that come in my DM and like, you know, I know so-and-so and you know, they done show me license of, you know, this person's like literal, like them holding up the license, like, sis, I'm in his house right now. And I'm like, what should I do? Respect him? What do you mean? Like, that's what you do. Like,
so how did you get
unless somebody disrespects you, unless somebody is fucking with you or putting your life in danger, okay, do what you have to do. However, don't think that coming up off of any male celebrity affiliation is going to get you anywhere, because it really, really is not that anymore. Times is changing. You know, I came out before Caitlyn Jenner. I am Kate. You know what I mean? Awareness all over the community and a thriving, you know, fascination with our culture that the mainstream media is pulling from every angle to get
attention.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved with that Bobby Valentino story?
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows about Bobby.
Because, you know, with this recent incident that happened,
which one? The one with taking the pictures after the fact?
Right.
The girl
running out the right, exactly. You know, when even researching that, your name pops up. Your name pops up with all of that. So how did your name get involved with all of that?
Because I spoke on it, and you know, you guys,
that's what she does.
My platform is so organic that I've built it to the point where I show receipts. Boom, boom. I used to hit you guys with receipts. Whenever people would like question me or doubt me, boom, receipt, boom, receipt. So after like a year or two of booming receipts, it's like, child, Shauna ain't lying, it happened. Which I have no reason to lie for. Why would I lie about anything? What am I going to gain from that? Bobby Valentino, yes. I know of him personally. Have I ever met him? No. Has he ever tried to reach out to me? Absolutely. Have I met him on the red carpet? Yes. And when he saw me in person, after having to reach out prior to me and seeing me in real life on a red carpet at the same event with, you know, all the rest of the celebrities, He looked like a deer in headlights when he saw me, with fascination, lust, and all types of good things in his eye. Like, whoa. Oh, yes. It was a do what?
And you know what's crazy? The more and more you speak, and like I said, I just started following you.
It's something that comes out with Bobby. Every year is something that comes out with him. Every year. And
she just, and like I said, y'all, listen to this. Y'all know me. Everybody, all my fans know I'm not the social media person. I get into what I get into. If you're pretty, I really follow you, and that's why I got on Miss Shauna Brooks. I don't get into everything, but baby, what I have noticed is she tells the truth. Like, I can go Google everything that she's been talked about, and what she says matches up with something. Pay attention. You just said every year is something with Bobby B. Not saying he is, but
you should. He needs to just respect himself at this point.
Well, because now
respect yourself, love yourself enough to actually give that same respect in return for the same people that you run from.
Facts. Facts.
And you have something real, so you ain't gotta keep going down and trying to find and track down whatever it is that you're seeking.
Wow. Wow. Okay, Anthony, we'll be right with you.
It's just crazy because, like I said, and you know, I'm being kind of starstruck because, you know, like I always say on the show, like, we meet these people and, you know, you get me hooked on folks, and this time she's really exactly what I thought. So everything out your mouth is like water to me. I'm just drinking it. Like, wow. How do you deal with that, Miss Brooks? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with knowing, like, your community is out here, like, and you telling them, like, no, bro, that's not what I said. Like, how do you deal on a day-to-day? Because I know they got to be kind of hard.
How do I feel? Y'all see how I feel. I was homeless this past year for some time. Technically still am. My money is not consistent. I've done all this work. I've done like 8 different TV shows that were not picked up. I've been working. My last audition was for August 3rd. August 2nd was Barbie's birthday, so I came out to Virginia this is what I made Barbie, you guys. I'm gonna show you. Can I show you guys what I made Barbie?
Of course. She's so sweet. I
said I was gonna be creative and make her a birthday cake.
Oh, wow. Get into that.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes, that is gorgeous.
So it's a 3-layer cake that I made.
I want a cake.
Huh?
I want a cake.
Which one you want?
I was serious. Oh, look, all of the above. All of the above.
So August 2nd, that was her birthday, so I came up to Virginia and I missed the audition, a really good audition at that, which the role was it was basically written out for me. And I talked to the producer and the director in a DM last week, and they had already cast it for it, but I had rescheduled it. Like, the industry is tough. It's really, really tough navigating. And y'all know I do this all by myself. I have so many people who are not your friends, like you told Precious, who, are like just there for your likeliness. And I think that I haven't ran into an individual who is willing to fight the way that I fight for myself, if not harder. Mm-hmm. And the manipulative ways and just the backstabbing and the underlining ulterior motives and intentions that they have in their minds are not conducive to having my wings spread in this industry. You know what I mean? If I'm Cardi B of this community, that means that before she even got on Love and Hip Hop, the hate was real for her.
Yes,
you know what I mean? For her going to strip and dance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm facing a lot of hate on my everyday needs. You know, I'm in legal, you know, ramifications now. I'm being harassed. You know, now I have a civil case on my hand, you know, with a judge, you know, addressing me as Mr. Shauna Brooks, for the second time, you know, with my court case. And, you know, I speak out to my community, and I have all these celebrities that follow me. I have all of these organizations that follow me, and no one reaches out. They just literally just scroll up, and I see all of this. I see all of it. So to me, it really makes me feel hurt deep down inside, because I can't change the perception of the world.
Oh,
I
the world.
Yes.
The perception of who follows me.
Well, Shauna, I'm gonna tell you.
So you have characters like Blame It on K-Way. You know, you have characters like these bigger in number followings on their platforms that I would do the same thing, and this is my real life. They would do it as a character or
right,
you know, an acting skit or play, and it would be just flooded down the timelines. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the exposure for me isn't as great as I would want it to be, but I think that because I've branded my platform as reality and real truth and real honest facts, and it's not really per se okay, we're laughing with you, we're actually laughing at you. And I think that's the disconnect that the world has with those characters that are satire characters who are making mockeries and fun of
our own community.
Right.
And even if you get down to it, I mean, and really open your minds up, it's also kind of like blasphemy when you think about, okay, so this person doesn't even want to acknowledge our community, but they will get booked for the community. So what are you doing for our community besides utilizing you know, I feel a certain way about Rihanna Fenty. I never talked about it. You know, she was on Ball Alert, wrote this long post about transgendered women, and you know, everybody should be respected, but she's not going to go out with a casting call for transgenders exclusively to model her makeup line. And then not even a couple months later, boom, you have Blame It on K-Way, you know, Miss TT in a so you have people like me who are out there really, really touching lives, inspiring. I mean, I get so many DMs, and they're so private and so traumatic that I can't share these DMs with you guys because it's personal. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I don't want them to say, I don't want people to think, oh gosh,
you're sharing people, right?
But I'm going to share it. But at the same time, I hear what's going on in the world, and I see it. And when I'm asking and when I'm doing auditions, like when you say resume, in the last 3 years, I've worked my ass off to get to this level, and I still don't get the recognition that I deserve, that I feel. However, all of these other people where we can laugh and kiki with, they're the ones that's booked and busy. I think society chooses who they want, and I think society is scared of people like me because they can't control despite monetary value.
Right.
Because y'all see me already homeless with no money, so it doesn't matter about that. It's about not knowing and the unknowing of who and what I am and what I embody is threatening, is very, very scary for some people. And for the ignorant that are not educated enough to know or don't even know me and judge me off face value, it's never going to click to them because it's not going to be ever black or white when it comes down to trans and when it comes down to me.
And you know what, it's not, but so to end, you know, since we're going to finish up, to end on a positive note, what are some upcoming things that you are working on to kind of change this and projects that you are facilitating right now?
Well, y'all know I've been writing this book. for some time now, and I think that the world is going to have a much better understanding of why I'm so passionate, you know, and why I have some of the viewpoints that I do have. Because I just remember the times when I was taking the HRT city bus, and I was fortunate to be pretty and small and real when I was in my fugly, you know, junior femme queen training transitioning stage, you know, when you first start out. And I remember like seeing the androgynous, seeing the feminine, almost one hormone shot from becoming a transgender on the bus, and I used to see guys like really torture these people, you know what I mean? And I was always that person, regardless, that will always stand up for them. It doesn't matter what you look like, you know what I mean? And I was always that person in school that would like stop a bully from bullying somebody, you know what I mean? Like if I always saw it, that's just always been in me. I think that my heart is too sensitive when it comes down to humanity. And I think that's my biggest struggle with trying to balance my life politically correct and for the greater good of my principles and morals and values. You know what I mean?
Well, let me say this.
My book is going to show the world who and what I really am. And I think that's going to be the ticket to a lot of places and spaces and doors and people that Shauna Brooks wouldn't ordinarily touch and get into.
I'm waiting to read it.
Now I ain't even got to say what I was going to say because she said ordinarily touch. Because like I said, I'm new to the game and a lot of stuff. But baby, watching you, I've been touched. Having you here, touched more.
My evolution is not even here yet. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not here yet. It's not. Like all of this stuff that I do, like I did this. I've literally lived this. Like I'm here. I'm ready. I'm eager. I'm ambitious. I'm well driven. I'm outspoken. I have every damn quality needed to be on that level. It's the fact of my prior and all of the life experiences that I have that people connect me to, but they don't know the real Shauna. Because I'm one of the few and only real reality, literal, honest platforms of celebrity, right? Mm-hmm. Because I'm one of those, that's not Shauna Brooks. Shauna Brooks is right here with her real hair with her glasses on, with no makeup on, with a regular t-shirt on. That's Shauna Brooks, okay? So these Shauna Brooks, you had her confused because she was real and she was honest and she is all of the things. Yeah. Don't get them confused. Separate them.
Hello?
I'm a business at the end of the day.
Okay.
I'm with it. I'm not mad at it. Multiple bags.
I am with it. Hashtag multiple bags.
Everybody has been saying, I don't know if you can read the comments, but everybody's in love with you. And everybody say your time is coming.
It's coming.
I know it's coming. You're an amazing inspiration, and I'm glad that I got to talk to you.
You my boo in my head, girl.
I get a better I get a better understanding of who you are as a person, how humble and amazing that you really are. So that is dope. Yeah. So before we let you go, I really want you to let everybody know what your social media is again for all our new people. Okay, yeah.
All you guys. I'm Shauna Brooks. You can find me at theshaunabrooks.com, TheShaunaBrooks.com, and all social media platforms, whether it is YouTube, Skype, Instagram, Twitter, all of the major platforms, is The Shauna Brooks. And if you would like to reach out to me, I don't go in my DMs anymore because it's really a lot, you guys. My manager, Diamond, he controls my messages. So if you guys want to send me any mail, if you guys need anything from me, there is a P.O. box in my Instagram bio. You can address it there, or you can simply click and send me an email. Donations is always welcome because a girl is always trying not to resort back to her prior life.
Okay.
I love.
Yes, I was catching that. Yes.
You're amazing. You're beautiful.
Thank you so much.
To get you guys all worked up like this, because I was just feeling like I needed to talk. We haven't even gotten.
But this is why we live.
And how Johnny Blaze literally stopped my bag of me actually being on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We haven't even talked about all of those good little ordeals.
A whole nother conversation.
We got a lot to talk about.
Look,
if we could listen,
I'm a fan.
We can have you back on the show.
I'll be back. Next time I'm gonna give you a little bit more drama.
Ooh, all right, so look, I'll keep in contact with Diamond and we'll schedule another meeting. And then therefore we'll do the tell-all and we'll talk about the Love and Hip Hop scandal and everything else that's going on.
Okay.
No, y'all was not paying attention.
So we could keep the momentum going. That would be good.
If you was not paying attention, baby, get in now. She's about to go, but this is D. I don't care what she says. She got to say it, the. No. Her name is D. Shauna Brooks, honey. Pay attention. Real life doll, baby. In the flesh. Go look her up. Get into her judge. Sweet face.
Fish down.
Wisdom for days. Wisdom for days, honey. It ain't just a pretty face. It's up here, too.
Oh, y'all better stop it.
It's real.
You're really dope.
It's real. We thank you so much, baby. We love you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'm coming back on the couch, girl.
You better.
Make sure you come back.
I got a good pillow for you, girl. Oh, gosh.
Everybody's so dope.
Yo, that was my save.
Markel.
That's what give me for 2.5. Markel might be gone, but I got